Yeah. Way up.
Yo, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine Brand is here.
I'm not just any brand. I'm my own brand.
Mano is in the building.
I'm back.
And we got some new hats. Shout out to Plies, who also did the theme song for Way Up with Angela Yee. And
Yes.
now we got these King Circle hats. They are so cute.
Trucker hats.
Yeah, I
I
like
love
them.
these trucker hats. And you guys got to make sure y'all
These are mine
support
here, right?
King Circle.
No. The red one. Ange gave me the red one. First of all, Plies didn't give us anything.
It's a couple
Plies
red
gave
ones.
them to Angela,
Yeah,
and
but
she gave me the red
no,
one.
But he had me in mind, definitely. I'm pretty sure.
No, we didn't.
You guys are going to... come on, y'all.
What?
I gave Mano the white one only because we wear makeup and we don't want the makeup to get all over the
Yeah,
hat.
but it's
I can't
gonna get
really
on
wear a
there
white
anyway.
hat.
Like girls seeing me in the street, hugging me and kissing me. Hey, man.
You gonna kiss the hat?
No, man. No. Yeah, it's
This
crazy.
red one is mine, though.
Little Jesus faces be on my
We
shirts.
love
you know?
it. This one's with popcorn that says poppin'.
Okay.
And then the red one that we love says loved. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you to Plies for that. And now we got a great show for you guys today. Vic Mensa is going to be joining us. He's been doing some great things, and he has a album out called Victor. And so it was a very personal album for him. A lot of things that he discusses in the music.
He's cute.
Yeah, he is. He's a handsome young man.
Handsome guy, yeah.
And he's very chill and
okay.
calm.
Okay.
You know, but he's also super intelligent. Jay Electronica's on the album, by the way.
Oh, nice.
So we had some fun Jay Electronica conversations before the interview.
Okay.
But I remember I was with Jay in the club and we saw Vic Mensa. He was like, I love his music. It was a long time ago when Vic Mensa kind of first came out.
Okay.
And I was like, really? Like, it was just because Jay doesn't normally say things like that. So
Right.
it's dope that he's on the album. But in the meantime, let's shine a light on somebody doing something positive. 800-292-5150 is the number. Call us up. Let us know who you want to shine a light on. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
I'ma shine. I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine Brand is here.
I'm not just any brand. I'm my own brand.
And New Mano is here.
Yeah.
New Mano!
Good morning.
Looking like $1 million bucks.
Right.
Not the old one.
Now, Mano, I know you want to shine a light on somebody today.
Yeah, I want to shine a light on Jasmine.
Whoa.
On Jasmine, the brand.
What happened?
The Jasmine brand. Because you checked on me yesterday. You called me. You know I had ate something. And it didn't go well with me. And
Right.
It put me down really bad. Like I was like really going through it. And then you called and checked on me. You FaceTimed me and it really touched my heart. You understand?
That's
I'm
nice.
not used to that type of love.
Are you serious, Mano?
I'm absolutely serious. I want to take this time out right now to shine a light on you.
Oh, Mano.
Now, Mano,
Yeah.
we should get a cake today to celebrate the fact that you're feeling better.
Listen, I would like to do that, but I'm afraid to eat solid foods.
Still?
I'm afraid, like,
He looked when he started telling me about what happened. He looked like his lip was quivering.
I'm afraid.
Were you on the toilet sweating?
Not even, like, I was like, ugh, going up.
Ooh.
You were like, what?
Ugh.
All right. Well, shine a light on you, Jasmine, for
Yeah,
checking on
the
Mano.
light is on you.
Thank
The
you.
light is on you.
It's a big light.
800-292-5150. Who do you want to shine a light on? Kimberly, what's good?
Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning. Who would you like to shine a light on?
I would like to shine a light on my cousin. She is a school psychologist in Macomb County, Michigan. She has to deal with the stress of other staff members hating on her, you know, the parents and the kids, and she still shows up and she does what she got to do for the kids. So, yeah, shout out to Unique. Love you.
All right. That is not an easy job.
At
Thank you
all.
for showing her some love. She needs it, too. The
Yep.
person that everybody has to go to when they need help, who do they go to?
Exactly.
Shout out to all teachers, for real.
Yes.
Educators.
For real. And you should read Deborah Roberts' book. She has a whole book that's a love letter to teachers. It's so necessary. All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day.
Hey, Chris. How are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good. Thank you. Who do you want to shine a light on?
Man, I want to shout out my school. Me and my wife, we own a cosmetology school in Tucker, Georgia.
Yes.
Wow.
Last year is the Beauty Institute, and our students are amazing. We've got a 100% graduation rate.
Okay.
We just had a 2-day job fair. This is actually day 2. and they're just knocking it out the park.
I love it. Y'all are doing some great work because we need some cosmetologists.
We do.
In this world.
Always.
And I like the fact that you and your wife are doing it together. Shout out to y'all.
Indeed. Thank y'all. Can I shout out our website really quick?
Go right ahead.
www.lastinglayersofbeauty.com.
Okay.
Anybody in the Atlanta area, we don't just offer curriculum. We got some of the dopest stylists, nail techs, estheticians, all of that in the building. So come check us out.
Also a good place when people got to work on people and they're like, trying to do their apprenticeships.
Yeah.
Get a nice little discount.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little inexpensive.
Yeah, we got all that. And we offer financial literacy courses, too, which is a little different than a lot of other
Oh,
schools.
wow. Congratulations
it's
to
one
y'all.
thing to own a business. It's another thing to know the financial literacy part of it. So, yes. Okay, thank you.
Definitely. Thank y'all so much.
All right, well, that was Shine a Light on Them. 800-292-5150 in case you couldn't get through and you want to spread some love for the end of the show. But in the meantime, Yeetie is next, and let's talk about Nene Leakes. She put out a video and got very emotional. We'll tell you what she had to say and how people reacted. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
They say it's truth in the rumors.
From industry shade to all the gossip,
Talk to me.
Angela's spilling that yee tea.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Oh, and it's time for the Jasmine brand.
Oh. I'm not just any brand. I'm my own brand.
And Mano.
Yeah.
To talk about Yeetie. All right, Nene Leakes. She was on live. It was actually an episode of her YouTube series. It's called Life of Nene. And she admitted that she had a doctor's appointment and she was talking about being asked for her emergency contact.
Oh.
And she got upset. And she looked very teary-eyed. And here's what she had to say.
Maybe I should just marry, whether I'm 100% happy with the person or not. Maybe I should marry just so that I have a partner, a partner for life, right? At least there's someone, maybe we would have an agreement that this person would be there for me and I would be there for them during hard times or medical times or something like that.
I don't know about just marrying. See, I think
Maybe we should all do that.
Mano.
she's going through a lot.
Mano's so
We all
insensitive.
going
Her
through it.
husband died.
I'm sorry.
And she's been having a lot, and she broke up with her
Really?
man
The
after
other
that.
man? Wow,
Yeah.
it's just not. Life
Yeah,
is
so
just not-
sometimes things can be tough, and she was having a moment.
right. I get
But
it.
you know what? I can see how that could be triggering. Because who am I supposed to put for my emergency contact? My
Don't
mama?
put me. Yeah.
Hold on. Angela
Yeah,
said,
don't put-
don't
yeah.
put me.
No,
Oh, my God.
Now, how about I put both of y'all for my emergency contact?
You probably should.
You can put your mom, Jasmine.
That's what I think I'm going to have to. I got no man.
That's who I always put.
Your mom?
Who you-
Okay.
But I've always been doing that.
I got my cousin.
And I have my
My
brother.
female
My ex is responsible, though. So maybe I need to put him.
Wow.
Right. And
You still don't want to let it go, do
No, he's
But
responsible.
they have a child together.
We got a kid.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
still don't want to let it go.
And they're
Okay.
they're on good terms.
Yeah, maybe I need to put him.
But I do want to say there's nothing lonelier than being in a relationship where you're not in love with each other and you don't
Right.
even really like each other like that. I don't know if that's. Sometimes people are so scared to be alone
Yeah.
that they just
Right, and that's the
settle, and you
problem.
don't want to do that.
Isn't that most relationships? People just walking around each other,
I
can't
hope
stand
not.
each other. After a while, after a couple years, it's like, oh my God, what am I doing? Like,
Man, I don't know about you. I don't know about you. What about when you were sick yesterday? Didn't you wish someone was there patting your back?
I was there alone.
Yeah.
I checked on you, though.
With my face like halfway in the toilet, like spitting
There was
up.
nobody
like,
there rubbing your
nobody-
back.
Nah.
It's going to be okay.
But that's by choice. Mano always has a nice
What? Always has what?
selection. He has options. So that was, you probably just didn't want nobody to see you like that.
I was down.
Do you have a main girl that you can, is like, she's the one that you call when you're sick and she can see you in any kind of way?
No, I don't have.
Well, then you need to do a YouTube and stop making fun of people. All right?
Exactly.
All right. And Jeannie Mai Jenkins, Jeezy's soon-to-be ex-wife, I guess, wrote on social media. She put up a post. Sometimes you need to take a break and disconnect to heal. And so that's the only thing that she said so far. And people, of course, are taking this as a response to the fact that Jeezy has filed for a divorce.
Well, that's exactly what this is. So yes.
So what does that mean, though?
I don't know. She wants us to talk about it, and we are. Okay.
Well, maybe she's taking a break, and that's why she hasn't, put up anything about what's happening. She wants to
I
heal.
wonder if she's still gonna use the last name.
And by the way, healing is always a great idea.
Right.
Always.
You want to
Healing's
just,
good.
because I think sometimes people try to jump back out there and they're not healed, and then it makes it harder later.
Yeah,
Right.
it does.
All right, now let's talk about Tommy Davidson. He recently sat down on Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp's podcast, and he talked about Will Smith rolling up on him. Here's what he said.
Came into the trailer and I was sitting down. He's standing over me like this. And he's like, I appreciate that, man. Right? And I'm going, what's going on, man? Tell me what's happening, man. You know what I'm saying? And Jada's going, well, I'm saying, but, I mean, what's happening, man? No, you tell me what's happening.
So you didn't really know what he was actually talking about?
I didn't, but I know what he was doing. So I was like, come on, man. I mean, this is a small place, and people are here. We should talk about it outside, because it looked like you need to get something off your chest, right? And then Jada was like, oh, no, y'all. And I was like, what do you mean, nah, y'all? Tell him. And that was the end of that.
So it was a movie Woo, and at the scene, he kissed her for the ending scene, and he didn't discuss it with her ahead of time. So I guess,
and she must have told Will.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Will
Who
rolled
didn't
up.
discuss it? Hold up. Will had a problem with them
Tommy
doing
Davidson.
a movie?
And the scene at the end where he kisses her, that wasn't discussed. I guess it wasn't in the script. It was more like a,
Oh, so he just took that kiss.
yeah, but maybe he
Basically.
thought that it would be a good thing for the scene. You know, people improv and
Right, man. Will was really running around putting his foot down. I like
clearly she was uncomfortable with it if she told him.
Yeah.
She went back and told him, and then he was about to stand on his chest. I
He
like
was,
that.
yeah.
All right, well, that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, we have About Last Night. That's where we discuss what we did or didn't do last night. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Last night. So, about last night.
Last night.
Here's how it went down.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine Brand is here.
I am here.
Mano is here.
Yeah.
And we are talking about last night. Now, yesterday, I actually went to the mall.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was really excited to go to the mall because I haven't been to the mall in so long. And so I was like, all right, I need a couple of things. The weather is getting a little cooler.
I'd like to say Angela almost talked me into going.
Well, I told you I was going, and you said you wanted to go.
I thought we were going to the outlets. In my mind, I heard outlets. Even though she said mall, I heard outlets.
And I want to say this, and I know everybody's been seeing all these different stores closing down. The mall I went to, Short Hills, Saks already is out of there. They've been gone.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah, they've been gone for a long time.
Oh, okay.
They have a Neiman Marcus, Bloomingdale's, Macy's, but the Saks has been gone. And I also was reading this report about Louis Vuitton, Moet Hennessy, LVMH, how that company, their sales have plunged as of recently, and how luxury retail is down. And when I tell you I went to the mall and really saw it, like I was going into stores. Just think about the time when people were lined up outside trying to get into Chanel, Gucci, Louis Vuitton. It was a ghost town.
We need another stimulus package.
Where's Trump when you need
Listen,
Yeah.
student loan repayment is back.
This is what I'm saying.
Right
Y'all
after
here paying
COVID,
bills.
there was a sharp increase in the amount of spending that people were doing on luxury items, and
Right.
now it's like
So maybe people are still spending, but not on luxury.
that's the other thing I was thinking, and also not in stores because everybody shops online.
Yeah.
You know, it was Prime Day the last couple of days. I know a lot of people were definitely participating in that.
I went a little crazy on Prime.
Exactly. And the holidays are also coming up.
So yeah, maybe we want to chill
People
out
are,
on the
waiting.
yeah.
People also might be waiting for those big sales too, like at this time. I
What
don't
is
know.
luxuries? They don't have sales, so
It depends.
we talking about Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, but Chanel does but
Chanel
not, not on bags, but they'll have
Yeah.
sales on jewelry, on shoes,
Okay.
and things like that, but not on bags. The other thing I noticed was how expensive. Like I was like, I was in Neiman Marcus, and I was just clearly I don't go to the mall anymore because I've been
And everything is sky high.
on a strict budget. But I was like, these boots are cute. They were Dior. They were like $4,000. I'm like, why are these $4,000?
Oh wow. Okay. You got to show them to me online.
I know. I was just looking. I was like, these are cute, and then I was like, ooh, put them back. All
But
right.
you did come back with some cute things though.
Yeah, I bought a pair of booties from Louis Vuitton. They're very cute, but those also are going to last forever. And
Yeah.
that's kind of what I went for. I wanted to get a pair of shoes, and I wanted to go to Jersey where there's no tax.
I should have went, but I knew I was going to spend money if I went. Well, that's the whole point, I guess.
And I bought a cute little
That's
sweatsuit.
what having
That's
a
it.
man, you can help.
And now, Mano, you were sick yesterday, so tell us, so you had Thai food? What happened?
I had some Thai food. Crab
That's
fried
it?
rice.
Crab. You think it was the crab fried
Ooh,
rice?
It had to be.
Yeah, it had to be.
Crab fried. The crab was maybe it was
Wasn't
the crab.
crabbing right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that crab was crabby.
The crab is crabby. And then it hit me. See, I had that rice after I left here. And then it hit me a couple hours later.
Ooh,
And
yeah, it was definitely that.
I never recovered.
Oh man, yeah.
Does that make you say I'm never going to that place again?
And that's how you feel, right? But then after a while, when you get your appetite back,
You're like, I'm going to try. Let me go back in.
No, I wouldn't go. I
but
wouldn't
right
go there
now,
again.
yeah, right now. But you know the thing, I've been there many, many times.
It all takes is one time, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Right now, I don't want to eat nothing.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you. Well, yeah.
I don't want to eat nothing. The
'Cause,
thought
you
of
know,
that makes me, ugh.
Minnie will eat anything no matter how bad it is, and he'll go back in and try it again.
He will.
So cat.
So anyway,
He will.
Playing with me, yeah, really.
now also want to do Gurus of the Gram when we come back.
Okay.
I want to talk about the Disrespectful Truth podcast because we were having a whole conversation about this up here, and one of the guys on the podcast was talking about being with a woman with children and disciplining her kids.
I have no obligation to the daddy. I'm the man of this house. He lives in my house. So when I have a problem with him, he's going to get disciplined here. He ain't got to wait for you. You can give him a second ass whooping, but he's going to get whooped first.
Well, he's referring to if the child lives with him.
Right. He's going to get whooped, and then I'm going to call you and tell you why he got whooped, and you can whoop him again.
Sheesh.
Yeah. Has anybody else's parents ever whooped you or disciplined you?
Not physically. I had a stepmom growing up.
Okay, but she never. So she would just tell you, and that was your stepmom.
They were married.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
She
right.
never put her hands on me though.
And you have a daughter now, so imagine somebody else that you're dating disciplining your child.
Can't
We're going to talk
imagine
about it. 800-292-5150. Let's talk about disciplining kids who aren't yours. It's Gurus of the Gram. We want to hear what you guys think about that. And if you're a stepmother, stepfather, or dating somebody with kids, do you discipline that person's kids? All right, 800-292-5150.
Flexing on the gram.
On the Instagram. They talk that talk, but is it cap or nah? They are Gurus of the Gram.
Yo, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine Brand is here.
Yes. I'm not just any brand. I'm my own brand.
Mano's here.
Good morning.
And we are talking about the Disrespectful Truth podcast. If a woman has kids with somebody else, should the man that she's with discipline those kids? Here's what was said on the podcast.
I have no obligation to the daddy. I'm the man of this house. He lives in my house. So when I have a problem with him, he's going to get disciplined here. He ain't got to wait for you. You can give him a second ass whooping, but he's going to get whooped first.
Well, he's referring to if the child lives with him.
Right. He's going to get whooped, and then I'm going to call you and tell you why he got whooped, and you can whoop him again.
Wow.
I wish he would.
The guy sounds like he enjoys whoopings too, giving whoopings too.
He's a weirdo.
Listen, as the parent of somebody, the other parent is in a relationship, if that happened, how mad would you be? I mean, Jasmine, you have a daughter.
Yeah, I don't mind the verbal discipline and telling my daughter what she should and shouldn't do, but I really feel like her dad should be doing anything like physical with her, and then you can have a conversation with me. But I don't mind you saying like, "Hey, you don't need to be doing this," or "I'm going to talk to your dad about this," or "I'm going to talk to your mom."
Right.
But putting your hands on my child,
No.
I can't.
You should only be dealing with somebody else's child with love. Put that baby on your chest. You know,
Oh my gosh.
feed that baby. You understand? Burp that baby.
Now, would you
Put
have
that
a
baby's
problem with that?
pant on.
Because Mano,
Yeah.
you've played daddy
plenty of times.
plenty of times
For a couple of nights.
with young children. Okay, that were not yours.
Mano said he woke up over
I
a woman's
woke up-
house.
Yeah.
And he had an infant on his chest.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, would you let somebody else discipline your kid? 800-292-5150 is the number. Cheryl, would you let somebody else discipline your kid?
I sure will.
I sure will.
Wow. And even like a spanking?
Yes, because the way the world going, these kids need to be disciplined.
Wow. How many kids do you have?
In all, with my husband, it's 8.
So even physically, like disciplining the kids, you think that's okay?
Yes, because that's how I was raised back in the day. Wherever I go, if I got to abide by their rules, if they abide by their rules, you get disciplined. Yes.
It takes a village, right?
What about their real father? Is he involved?
Yes.
So you will let another man
Another woman?
beat?
Yes.
Like,
So
really?
you would let another woman discipline your kids?
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
She said it takes it. That's how she was raised.
I don't play that game.
What about teachers at school? Would you be okay with that?
No.
Now the teachers are different because you got some petty teachers.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
Teachers are also parents.
Thank you.
Hey, Jewel, how are you?
Hey, I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. What do you think about other people disciplining your kids?
I don't approve at all. My boyfriend has 4 little boys. I have 1 little boy. So together with 5 little boys at the house, it gets crazy. Things break. There is no reason for me to be disciplining his children when he's there. Or even then, I have to call their mama. He has to call their mom. They can do what they have to do. And vice versa. There's no reason for him to put his hands on mine if you have an active parent. Or even if they don't.
There's
no reason for them to do that.
That's right.
I'm with that.
Yeah.
That's right.
I agree with that. What would you do if your son's father had a girlfriend who disciplined your child?
They know way
better.
better than to do that.
I can hear it in her voice. She don't play. She don't play them games.
She ready to
No,
show up on
ma'am. No,
us.
ma'am. No, sir.
You'll slide over there and discipline her, right?
Okay, period. Y'all have a good day. I love y'all.
All right, thank
Bye.
you. Hey, Asia, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Jasmine and Mano are here, and we're talking about disciplining your kids. All right, how do you feel about somebody disciplining your child outside of the family?
Well, I have 2 children. My oldest son just recently turned 12, and I have a soon-to-be 3-year-old next week.
Okay.
So my oldest son, his dad is extremely active, and I love him. I couldn't ask for a better baby.
Oh, nice.
My youngest son, dad, I'm 30. He is 60 years old.
What the hell was you doing?
I know. I like him old. So he's not as active. So I recently got with my girlfriend, and when I got with her, I was letting my son do whatever he wanted to do. So first she thought it was cute, but as more serious we got, she like, oh no, you got to do something about it. Like, he bad, your son bad. So I just feel like a conversation needs to be had first. Like, I don't think that it's okay for, someone to definitely put their hands on your child and then think they're going to call. Because, like, this time of day, it's not like back in the day. Chastising your child is okay.
Okay, so verbal, like, hey, don't do that.
Right.
But not touching,
Not touching.
nothing
Keep your hands to
physical.
yourself.
All
Okay.
right, thank you. Hey, D, what's good?
Hello, how you doing?
What do you think about people putting hands on your kids to discipline them?
That's a no-go. That is
Right.
a no-go.
That's
Like,
right.
my kid's mom right now, she's married. Me and her husband had a conversation, and I told him, listen, if any type of chastisement need to get done with my kids, my baby mama's going to be the one to do it. Because if you put your hands on my kids, it's going to be a real issue.
That's
Period.
right.
Point blank. There's nothing else to talk about.
That's right. Period.
What's going on, Mano?
What's up, homie?
Okay.
Yeah.
What's going on? I'm from Chicago, man, so we live by a whole different,
Exactly. We don't play that.
Exactly. You don't play none of that at all. So you put your hands at your own risk. You go ahead and do that.
At your own risk. At your own risk.
You can talk to
like
him
this guy.
and say what you need to say to him, but the instant you put your hands on my kids, it's over with.
All right, thank you. All right, well, that was Gurus of the Gram talking about putting hands and disciplining other people's kids. And when we come back, we have your Yeetie. Let's talk about Tyrese. He is now facing a $10 million defamation lawsuit. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that yee tea. Come and get the tea.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine Brand is here.
Yes. I'm not just any brand. I'm my own brand.
Mano is here.
Good morning.
Good morning. Let's get into some Yee tea. All right, Tyrese is facing a $10 million defamation lawsuit. Now, when he was on The Breakfast Club, he was discussing with Charlamagne something that was supposed to happen. I guess Charlamagne flew out and he did a sit down with Tyrese and Tyrese's then wife, Samantha Lee, in Atlanta. But Tyrese never got that footage. This was back in 2019. And according to Tyrese, the filmmaker Brian Barber is the reason why he never got the footage. Here's what he said.
Brian Barber, the director who I hired, this does the interview, says, I'm going to go home, get this edited. I said, yo, I'm going to work with you to edit.
That's the point of you doing it.
This has taken the footage and refused to give it back. I paid $35,000 total for this whole. Then I found out he did it to Big Boy, did it to Dallas Austin, did it to a couple. So I don't care if he see this interview.
At this point, he gonna have to do something though, Tyrese. They're just playing with my guy, man. Like, man.
So Brian Barber?
Brian Barber, yeah.
Like, well, Brian Barber saw that and actually is now suing for defamation and libel. He is seeking $10 million in damages, saying that Tyrese attacked his character and reputation with these allegations. And according to Brian Barber, he said that he and Tyrese agreed the sit-down conversation would be filmed over a day and that they would split the revenue 50-50. But he said the initial filming schedule, he was even though it was supposed to be one day, he was instructed to return for a second day.
Okay.
And that was that. And then as far as the footage being held hostage, they said he was instructed by Tyrese's management not to release any portion of the interview to protect the reputation of their celebrity client.
Oh, so he's saying Tyrese's team said don't give it to him.
Right. And he's also saying Tyrese then refused to stick to the previous 50-50 agreement also.
Gotcha. Okay. Two sides.
Two different sides. Who knows who's telling the truth here?
Right.
All right. Now, Taylor Swift was with Beyonce. Beyonce showed up to the LA premiere of Taylor Swift's The Eras Tour concert film. And Taylor Swift said, I'm so glad I'll never know what my life would have been like without Beyonce's influence, the way she's taught me and every artist out here to break rules and defy industry norms, her generosity of spirit. Okay. So they're actually in the movie theater together, sharing some popcorn, just the two of them.
That's cute.
Yeah. And Beyonce's doing her film as well. That's going to be in theaters. And Taylor Swift has been having a time, by the way. She's also going to be attending Travis Kelce's game in Kansas City tonight.
Okay.
So I'm sure that's going to be all over the news yet again.
Lots of pictures and lots of videos of Taylor Swift there, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, now Janelle Monáe, she was at 2 Chainz's new Atlanta strip club over the weekend, and she visited Candyland.
Oh,
Did you
okay.
know about his new strip club?
Yeah.
I didn't even. I'm mad at myself for not even realizing he just opened a strip club.
I like the name of it.
Candyland.
They had a Candyland in LA too.
That a game.
Oh, so it's like a chain, like a.
I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but
With the game Candyland?
no, like they had
Is
a
there
strip club
if,
called Candyland.
If they have one
in LA.
already, I'm saying if it's a
Right.
franchise
I don't
or something.
know if it's the same thing.
Remember that game though? You guys
Candyland.
remember?
Candyland, yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. So she was over there, and 2 Chainz actually posted a clip of Janelle Monáe surrounded by cash and dancing, and said, "Do you think she would work? She should work there on her off days." Yeah. But Janelle Monáe, by the way, we went to when she had her listening party for her album.
Yep.
And she was dancing the whole
She been
entire
doing a lot of dancing,
time.
really.
Yes, yeah. And she was dancing topless somewhere
Right,
too. Yeah.
without clothes, licking.
Yeah, topless. Yes,
Yep. Yeah.
indeed she was.
Chest naked.
Celebrating.
Celebrate.
She looks good though.
She does. She has
Absolutely.
an amazing body.
All right, now Kris Jenner is talking about how she actually helped Tristan Thompson get his job on ESPN. Here's what she had to say.
Everything's been great. You know, ESPN, first of all, appreciate you helping make this all happen.
This
you
is
know?
a dream.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that we could have that call on Friday and they said, can you start Monday?
Yeah.
That never happens to anyone.
No, I'm excited, but I thank you. You made it happen. Made a couple of calls.
I was able to reach out to ABC, Disney, and really express how talented I thought Tristan was.
Wow. That's some pull.
Make a call.
Thank you, ma'am.
Get a job.
That's how he sounds.
Thank you, Miss Mammy.
Miss Mammy?
He's so stupid. Oh my gosh. But she made the call on Friday and they said, can you start on Monday?
Woo.
Is what she said happened.
I know that's right.
So now what? He's indebted now, so now he can't cheat in peace no more. What's going on?
He was never being able to cheat in peace.
Yeah, it wasn't peaceful.
It was cheating, but not in peace.
Nah, but it was because he was always able to go back though. I like that.
That's not peace though.
All right, well, that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They are flying under the radar. And there's a shocking one from the airport in Atlanta. I can't imagine something like this happening in the airport that we've been through so many times.
Yeah.
All right, Under the Radar is next. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
The news, I got news. This in the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. And working with Jasmine Brandon Maynard was like working with children.
Oh my, really, Angela?
The two of you act
no,
up.
for real, because you really like Act 3.
But let's get into some under the radar stories. All right, now this was very unfortunate, but a woman has been accused of stabbing 3 people, including a police officer, at the airport in Atlanta. And so new information has been released. The female suspect is 44-year-old Damaris Milton. She came to the airport in a taxi, and before exiting the vehicle, she allegedly stabbed the taxi driver.
Oh, wow.
Then walked into the South Terminal. She stabbed a woman and then stabbed a lieutenant who was trying to arrest her. Stabbed him in the leg. Police say the knife struck an artery in the lieutenant's leg, and the woman who was an airport ticket clerk was nicked by the blade. So the 2 people that she stabbed.
Sheesh.
So they said when they did encounter her, there had already been that stabbing that occurred. Then another officer was able to tackle her and take the knife away from her. All 3 victims and the suspect were taken to Grady Memorial Hospital and are expected to recover.
Okay.
Talk about knife work. That's crazy.
I know. Imagine having to be in the same hospital with the person who stabbed you too. Like we're all
No, we need to finish here.
at this hospital.
Split up.
All right, now a dermatologist, Lindsay Zubritsky, went viral on TikTok, and she is talking about 3 places that you must wash to avoid life-threatening infections. Here's what she said.
behind your ear. If you go like this behind your ear and you notice an odor to it or you feel something, you should be washing it more. This is also a super common area to get flaking and build up like dandruff. Also not washing your belly button enough. This is a super common area to collect sweat, debris, dirt, build up. In fact, if you're not cleaning it enough, you'll have so much debris and dirt in there that you can develop a navel stone. Finally, you're definitely not cleaning your fingernails enough. Showering, you really need to get under those nails with a scrub brush to get rid of the dirt, debris, and build up.
Imagine getting a stone in your belly button because you didn't clean it, and then it has to be surgically removed.
Yeah, because you got a stink navel.
That's disgusting. I clean my belly button. I actually, because my belly button is pretty deep and has crevices, I use I do.
Really?
The hole is deep there, and I have to actually use a Q-tip, and I put soap on the Q-tip and water, and I like really clean my belly button.
So I do mine with a wash rag.
Yeah, no, I use
So it's maybe not that clean.
No, it is clean.
Show us.
No, I'm not showing you. Let me see your belly button.
I clean mine. I just told you. I don't just use a washcloth.
But you got to smell your navel.
I've never smelled my navel.
With your stank belly button.
You have a stink
What
navel.
kind of insult is that? With your stank belly button?
Yeah, I've never smelled,
navel.
but I wash mine with the wash rag.
All right.
Yeah.
And then you also clean behind your ears.
I do that with. But
I clean behind my ears twice a day.
Yeah. But
Twice
that's
a
part
day.
of washing
Every
your
time
face,
every time I shower in the morning and at night before I get in
At
bed.
night. 2 showers a day.
Yeah, in the morning and at night.
Morning and night before you go to bed and when you wake up.
Yep.
Right. So you have a clean navel.
Yep.
Clean ears. What about your fingernails?
My fingernails I clean all the time.
Okay,
So you can
right.
see. I hate seeing dirt under anyone's nails. That's one of my pet peeves. I hate when people don't floss, and I also. And flossing, by the way, is important too.
That's right.
She should have said that because you can get gum disease, you can get gingivitis, you can get all kinds of issues. You get cavities from not flossing when food is stuck in between your teeth for too long, and then it can start to deteriorate. Mm-hmm. You know, my uncle's a dentist, so
what do I mean? What do I floss?
No,
Yeah.
your nails.
Yeah, my nails are good.
How about my nails?
Stop, Maino. Maino
right.
has this weird nail thing that bothers me.
Okay.
All right,
Continue.
now let's talk about the best and worst states in the United States for mental health.
Okay.
There's a new report that reveals the top 10 best states for mental health, and then we'll also talk about the worst ones. Now, number 10 for the best mental health is Utah. Number 9 is North Dakota. Number 8 is Colorado. 7 is Vermont. 6 is New Jersey. 5 is Rhode Island. 4 is Minnesota. 3 is Massachusetts. 2 is Connecticut. And number 1 is Nebraska. Nothing in the South?
No.
That's for the best mental health?
Yeah, best mental health. All right.
You know, I was born in Omaha, Nebraska.
Oh, now you
that.
want to claim it.
So
anytime somebody asks you, I don't never hear you claim Omaha.
big
But
O.
now because they're number 1 for mental health, you know I'm from.
oh gosh, oh my goodness.
But Nebraska has the lowest share of teenagers and young adults who are unemployed or not in school, by the way. So I guess that helps a lot. And as far as the worst, Alabama had the worst mental health provider to population ratio and came in second to last for the most mentally unhealthy days. All right, so
I think one of my friends lives in Alabama.
West Virginia is the worst.
What about New York?
West Virginia came in as the worst.
I don't know.
It's got to be somewhere in between because it's not in the bottom 10 or the top 10. So there you have it. Okay.
Right, okay.
And that is your under the radar stories. Now we have the Way Up mix at the top of the hour. Plus, Chicago's own Vic Mensa is going to be joining us today. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yeah, she back at it. Bring in the back. Way Up with Angela Yee is on.
Yeah, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine is here.
What's up, Angela? I'm my own brand.
Mano's here.
Mano,
And we are
baby.
getting ready for Yeetie. Y'all think Monica is forgotten about
Never.
as a singer?
Never.
In the conversation.
I think she's underrated sometimes.
All right, well, she's on the shop, and we'll tell you what one of those clips is about. Also, Joe Budden is reading DMs that Drake sent to him. I always feel like when someone DMs you, those are not to be shared with the public, but, he read some of them, not all of them, and we'll tell you what was said on there. And then our guy Designer from Brooklyn, he was on IG Live. People are saying he looks good.
Oh.
But if you recall, he did end up getting arrested for masturbating on the plane. And so there was a lot of back and forth over what went on there. But, he's looking healthier. So we'll tell you what he had to say about that when we do Yeetie. And Shaq, he has a new job. Shaq got a lot of jobs.
A lot of checks.
Yes, he has a new job, and so does Allen Iverson. So we'll tell you what place they'll be working at together. All right? Yeetie is coming up next. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way Up.
Yes, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine is here.
Yes, I'm here.
And Numano.
Numano.
We're doing some Yee tea. Now, Joe Budden was reading some DMs that Drake sent to him on his podcast. He also said that Drake sent him a voice note that was 55 seconds, but that he didn't listen to it. And basically, Drake is saying that he doesn't have beef with Joe Budden, but he wants him to stick to critiquing the music and not different aspects of his life, trying to turn people against him. He said that him speaking about him effing 25-year-olds is malicious. Here's what Joe Budden said.
Because you bringing up my friends and the I like you know anything about that. That's the bro Eskimo. But I'll keep reading. Keep it music. I don't give a what you listen to in your free time because the people's opinion I care about don't have free time. I also don't care if you like or dislike something, but don't talk about my life and like you trying to plant some seed or paint some narrative and turn people against me. Talk about the music. If you hate it, you hate it. But you talking about I'm out here 25-year-olds. That feels malicious to me, and I don't do well with that.
I don't do well with that.
Yeah, he doesn't do well with it. Okay, critique my music, that's fine.
Yeah.
But stay away from the
My
critique
personal
about
business.
what I do with my
About
own
my love
personal
life, me
yeah.
hanging out with Kai Cenat and things like that. So,
Well,
he
I
don't
mean,
like
you
that.
know. All right.
All right, now Monica feels like she's not getting her just due. She was on The Shop, and she shared that she feels like she doesn't get these awards that some other people get, and that she is basically forgotten.
And I was able to really enjoy my career because I didn't have any expectations. I was not looking at stats. I was not worried about awards. I'm actually a person that for all the records I've broken, I really have never won any awards. I'm really the most forgotten if you think about it. I'm pretty much the underdog, but I sit very comfortably in it.
When she did that versus against Brandy, I think that was huge.
That was, yeah. It makes me
And
sad
then-
it makes me sad that she feels that way.
But she's talking about the accolades. She feels like she's
Just
not
getting awards,
celebrated. Right.
I could see that. And listen, Monica got some great hits. I got
She
a
does.
whole Monica playlist
right.
in my phone, from her more upbeat songs to her slower songs.
She does get left out of the conversation, I feel like, a lot.
Monica's classic.
Right.
She is.
All right. Now, Shaq has been named the president of Reebok Basketball, and Allen Iverson is the vice president.
Oh, okay.
So shout out to them for
that's
that.
dope.
Yeah, isn't that really
That's
exciting?
really dope, knowing that they had
Yeah.
those sneakers back in the 90s and they came back. Okay, I like that.
I like that too.
I like that a lot.
And I feel like Reebok's been trying to figure out what to do for quite some time now.
Yeah.
Remember, they've
Good
done
move.
some iconic deals. So they did the G Unit sneaker deal.
Forgot about
Remember
that.
they did the S Dots, the S Carters.
Yeah, they did those at the same time.
Yeah, remember those? That's when I used
That's
to work.
probably like the last big thing they did, right?
That's when I used
That's
to
a
work
long
for
time
Eminem,
ago.
and that was a big deal,
Right.
like on the road.
Right.
I had all those sneakers. And so, yeah, now they're doing this. So Shaq plans to build up Reebok Basketball, and there's a whole interview that he did with Complex talking about his experience in the footwear industry and what he's going to do with his role in the brand.
Okay.
All right, and Designer is back outside. He was on Instagram Live, and it looks like he cut his hair. He looks healthier. If you guys recall, he was on the plane and he got arrested for masturbating. They were saying he would have to register as a sex offender. His lawyer is saying that's not true. Well, here he is on live.
Cause y'all know once I start getting in that, like, she mines now, and there's no holding back. Like, you know, like my hair start growing, and then it start going crazy, and then she, you feel me? I start getting in that swag. She start, oh my god.
What?
We not sure what he's talking about, but
I
I
understand.
think
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it was a conversation prior to that. I think
Yeah. It was a whole
catching
life.
it in the middle or the end.
Yeah,
That's
I was trying
That's
to.
all we could find
Yeah.
online right now. All right, well, that is your Yeezy. And when we come back, Chicago's own Vic Mensa is going to be joining us, and he's going to have a really personal conversation because he has a really personal album that's out right now called Victor. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Now I'm back at it.
You vibing Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and we have a great guest here today, Victor. Vic Mensa is here.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Feeling good.
I
Glad to
know
be
you
here.
are. On the song Blue Eyes that's on this album, you talk about even yourself growing up and being uncomfortable with certain things about your appearance, wanting to have blue eyes. And you said your aunt, I think it was your aunt that was in Africa, was
Yeah.
it, that was bleaching her skin?
Yeah, man. Skin bleaching is just it's a massive issue. You know, it's a massive global issue. It's huge in Africa. I think I read a statistic yesterday that said 40% of African women have used bleaching cream at some point in time. It's massive in the islands. It's a big issue in Jamaica. And the irony of it is that we've been so disillusioned to believe that our skin is not beautiful, to the point where we would try to remove its melanin. But the melanin is what protects us from the sun.
Right.
You know, it enables us to like turn the sun into pigment, and it's like necessary for life.
Right. Right.
You know, we destroy ourselves.
We heard of blackfishing too, where you see certain people want to like make their skin look darker, or they try to appear like, you know, they're black, even though there's no. People will be like, "Oh, I have black in my family," and it seems like certain.
You mean
people,
like Rachel Dolezal?
Yeah,
Shout
exactly.
out.
Some people want that melanin and they want to appear. You know, it's just crazy to me, like
it's crazy.
all the things that people have to deal with.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I think it's like it's a wild time to be alive. In
We've
that
gone through a
respect.
lot.
You know, just human beings trying to change themselves. It's like it's such a massive cycle, though, because as you said, at the same time as African people across the globe are convinced by white supremacy that they're inferior and want to whiten themselves, the most prominent, visible white women in the world are changing their bodies and skin color to look like black women.
Everybody
You know what I
wants
mean?
fuller lips right now.
You
Everybody's
want bigger
getting
lips,
lip
you want
fillers.
darker skin,
Yeah.
you want the hips of a black woman, you know.
You want the curves.
You want the whole thing, except what come along with it. That's what they don't want. But that's difficult. But that's something I speak about in the song, is just kind of like, and making that song gave me a cool perspective, because I was speaking very particularly about the African experience. But a lot of different people, white people, like Latino people, told me that idea of not accepting themselves as they are and having to work through that is something that existed for them in their own story, even if they aren't African, you know, even if it's not a dark skin, light skin thing.
Right now I'm talking to Vic Mensa. Identity is an interesting thing. Like, I know for me, I'm half Chinese and half black, and people will try to tell me I'm not black because I'm half Chinese. But my whole life I've always grown up knowing that I was black. And so now it feels like people try to tell you what you are, you know, and I know you are mixed too. Have you ever felt like, I don't know if people try to say things like that to you, like, oh, well, you're not really black, or you're this, but for some reason it's been like something that's been happening. I think lately people try to tell you you're this or you're that or you're not black, but my whole life it's never been a question for me.
Yeah, that's happening, man. But, you know, African people exist in all shades and colors, and there's so much variation. Like, black people are not a monolith. And the entire idea of race, in my opinion, is one that's man-made. It's an arbitrary, like, American and Western justification for exploitation. That's why race exists as we know it, because they had to create something to justify robbing our bodies,
right?
You know, and enslaving us. So they created race to automatically ensure a caste system in America. So at the same time, though, there's so much beautiful artwork and culture that has come from the specifically black experience, but it changes where you at. Like, I'm black in America every day of the week. You know what I mean?
Yep.
If I go to South Africa, now they call me colored, which is a different community. It's
And no
like-
one uses that word here.
It's light-skinned people. It means a completely different thing in South Africa. But if I tell them I'm black in South Africa, they'd be like, no, you're colored. And then I go to Ghana and they call me white.
What?
hmm
They do not. They call you white in Ghana.
Yeah, they call me
That's
something
wild.
called Obroni. You know, it'll be the same thing in Nigeria too. It's like, it means like white man or foreigner. You shouldn't. I'm like, why? He like, cause Ghanaians, they don't like when white people walk around at night. I'm like, well, if you don't get up out of my way, I'm coming from the whole trenches. You know? I'm talking about a white person walking around at night.
All right, Chicago's own Vic Mensa is here. We talked about his trip to Ghana, and when we come back, we'll talk about his 2 years being sober. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yeah, she back at it. Bring in the Mac. Way Up with Angela Yee is on.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Vic Mensa is here. And I want to talk about another song on the album, Blessings, right?
Word.
You're 2 years sober now. So congratulations
Hey,
on
thank
that.
you.
Yeah, that's a big, listen, that's not easy. Clearly you've been through a lot. Like, I know you talk about it in the album too, just a car accident. So talk to me about that night and what happened that night.
Yeah, that was just a sign that I needed from God at that moment. And I had been praying about a week before and asking God to get me through the things I'm dealing with at the time. Seemed like a long list of stuff. But it wasn't until a week later when I got in that car accident that I realized what I was really praying for at that time hadn't happened yet. So when I was able to get out of that situation and everything was all right, I didn't have to go to jail. I didn't have to lose my life or to
hurt
somebody else.
Right.
Like, that's a crazy, it happens every day.
Yeah,
you know
it
what I mean?
does.
Like, and that experience, it just showed me that it's absolutely a time when I have to make a 180 change. I have to redesign myself. I was risking it all. I was endangering everything. So being able to see that and take note and honor that, because I believe in signs. I keep a list in my phone of, it's called coincidences, and I could scroll it for a long time. I take note of the little things.
That's interesting.
You know?
Okay.
Those coincidences are the universe's way of communicating with you.
Right, and some people tap in and some people don't.
That's what I'm saying. You can either take note of it and choose to believe that it's pointing you in a direction, or you can, be oblivious and not pay attention. But I got to take note of it and pay attention.
Right now, I'm talking to Vic Mensa. Were people around you concerned, like family members? Were people concerned, like, look, Vic, you gotta, or was it something that you feel like they thought was manageable?
Nah, everybody was concerned about me.
Okay.
Everybody was. My sister thought I was gonna die. My parents probably thought the same thing. I definitely thought the same thing for a long time. I was pretty aimless and just quite lost. Very hurt and living in a lot of pain. I think it just culminated in a way where it's like the driving force of my spiritual evolution has been my personal problems. So the same things that have, stained and smeared me and put me, in a lot of tough positions are the things that have made me better. Ultimately, though, you have a choice at that point. It's like, do I become enveloped by all of my struggle, or do I use it as fuel for strength and triumph? And that's my decision. That's why I call the album Victor, really, is because to be victorious, you have to have some type of struggle.
Right, that makes sense. All right, well, thank you so much, Vic Mensa, for coming
Hey,
in.
well,
Really,
thank you
I know
for
we've been trying to
having me.
make this happen for a long time.
I appreciate you so much.
So I'm glad that we were able to. And Victor is out now. It's been out for like a month already. But guys, it's been getting amazing responses and reviews. So I'm happy for you for that, because it is a really great body of work.
Thank you so much.
And all the things that you represent in real life, I think we feel a connection to an artist's music even more when we actually like the person in real life.
Word.
And they have some great interviews and things to say. But thank you so much for coming through.
I appreciate you, Angela Yee.
Thank you so much to Vic Mensa for joining us. You can watch the full interview on Way Up with Yee. And when we come back, we have Ask Yee. 800-292-5150 is the number. Call us up if you have any questions, if you need advice. I'm here. Jasmine Brand is here. And award-winning advice giver Mano is in the building. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Everybody, whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts. You should know. This is Ask Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and you know what time it is. It's time for Ask Yee. Any question you have, I'm here to help. 800-292-5150. Hey, MJ, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's me and Jasmine. And what is your question for Ask Yee?
So basically, I have a sister. This is my only sister. And recently we became kind of estranged just because of the fact that I have children. I have 3 kids. My sister just recently had a baby, but at the time she didn't. But, I had an issue with the fact that, she's really not like a aunt to my children. Like, she's not involved. She doesn't see them, anything like that.
Okay.
So she's getting married. She's getting married at the end of November. The wedding is in Cancun, Mexico. At the time, we weren't talking when she initially started planning the wedding, which was last year. I was the last person to know anything about the details of the wedding, all of that. I will have, the most expensive cost associated with it because it's for me and my 3 kids. Basically, I feel like I'm really not wanted, as far as like being there. I feel like she only invited me because it's the right thing to do, but not because she actually wants me there. Like, I'm not in the wedding, not anything, not even a bridesmaid. And I'm stressing myself out because, I'm going through all of these things to try to hustle and, like pay my way. But it's like she really doesn't want me there. I really feel it, but I know she just doesn't have the heart to say that, like, I don't want you there, even though, she told me so late.
Do you want to go?
I do. I absolutely want to go, for sure.
Okay. I think that's the important thing.
Yeah.
Right? If you didn't want to go, I would say don't go. But if you want to go, then you should. And, sometimes, like, people's weddings, it is a really stressful time for a person.
Super.
And she did invite you, and that is your sister.
And you don't want to regret it later.
And you don't want to, because there's no way you can go back in time and take that back that you didn't go. It sounds like y'all have a lot of issues that you need to work out, but it feels like things may be getting a little better.
Let me say that.
And you said you had an issue with, you felt like she wasn't a good aunt.
That's what started our falling out. My kids, at first it's like, oh, they're too young. There's a lot of separation between my oldest child and my two youngest. She, loves my oldest child, and my two youngest, who are 8 and 6. She just does not fool with them at all.
And you said she just had a kid. And sometimes people who don't have kids, it's a different type of sensibility than you would have as somebody, with 3 children.
Okay.
And I bet there are things she's going to start to understand now that she has a child.
Because sometimes, people don't know how to handle children when they don't have any sometimes.
Yeah.
You're right.
And she might be going through some other things too. You don't know if she's going through something. She just had a kid, you said, and she's trying to plan a wedding. When Angela was talking about how, stressful that is. She might be going through some other things.
And a destination wedding at that. That's a whole nother layer.
And you should probably be happy you didn't get invited to be in the wedding.
Listen, I'll be like, thank you, Jesus. I ain't got to be in the wedding. I ain't got to do all this extra stuff.
Yeah.
Right. You're right. I'm trying to, I keep turning on this positive way of thinking with every approach, but it's like, in those moments when we're talking, it's like, damn, you really don't want to talk to me. Like I think it's one of those things, like, you would kind of have to hear, like, how it is. And
right, because we can't.
Really
we're not in it either.
Yeah.
But you might have to give her some space, though, and some time, and not try to pressure her. Just try to do your part by going to this wedding and, be there for her when she needs you, and then just kind of focus on your own thing.
And you can even tell her that. You can be like, look, you're my sister. I love you. I want to be here for you at this time. Sometimes I feel like when we talk, you don't, the response that I get makes me feel like you don't even want to talk to me. But, I really do want to improve our relationship.
Okay. I will try that. I will definitely try that and just try to ignore, the negative things.
I don't think you have to ignore it, but you can address it while it's happening. And you also don't have to accuse her. You can just say how you feel.
Okay. I'm gonna do that though, for real. This has been racking my brain. Like, I'm really stressing out. Like, do I even really want to, take on the financial burden, even be in there when someone doesn't even want me in their space? Like,
yeah, you also might be taking things too personally, and it might not really even be about you. You just don't know.
Okay.
And if you do go, have a good time with the rest of the family.
For sure, I will. I'm gonna do it. I'm definitely gonna do it. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you, MJ.
So
good luck.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Well, that was Ask Yee. And in case you couldn't get through or you have a question, 800-292-5150 is the number. And when we come back, of course, you guys have the last word. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Pick up the phone.
Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard.
What the word is.
Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
Whoa, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine Brand is here.
I'm not just any brand. I'm my own brand.
Mano is here.
You know me, baby.
Do y'all use investing apps?
I do have
investing apps.
Yeah, like to invest in this.
Public? Is it called Public?
Oh yeah, Public. I have that.
I have Public.
Public. I have Acorns. I'm like checking on my.
I use stock, like you talking about like
stocks,
stock apps.
Like, like investing in the stock market.
Yeah.
Just something to think about for the future. Shout out to Vic Mensa for joining us today. His album Victor is out. And he's got a lot going on, but he is 2 years sober, so
nice.
That is not a small feat. So shout out to him for that and for being so transparent about a lot of things that he went through that brought him to the space where he knew what he needed to do. And he also has his line of cannabis.
Oh, that's dope. Shout out to him.
By the way, so... and he actually was the first black person to get a license in Illinois.
Really?
Oh, wow. Oh, because he's from Chicago, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, that's dope.
All right. And of course, we were talking earlier about disciplining someone else's kids. All right. Is that a yes or a no? Sometimes people say it takes a community, but other people be like, don't touch my kid.
Right.
I would not touch or discipline nobody else's child. I would tell you that right here.
That's right. I don't want to do that.
All right, 800-292-5150 is the number. You guys, of course, have the last word.
Hey, I was given a call about that topic about somebody else disciplining your kids. I have a story where a teacher did that to my daughter at school, and I went up there, I threw him up against the wall, and then I knocked him out.
Well, my thoughts is that it should not even be a discussion. In a relationship, long-term, married, it shouldn't be a discussion. If you're there with that parent and you're helping raising that child, why y'all even thinking about you can't discipline my child? Like, I don't understand why parents feel that they mate cannot discipline them. But they mate could take care of them. They mate could lead them in the will. They could take their mate to court for child support if they raise them for 10 years and then break up. But you're telling me now I can't discipline your child? Then you need to be by yourself.
Hi, yes, this is Sincera. I would like to shine a light on J Slim Restaurant and Catering Services located in Boutique, Louisiana. Proud owners, Terry and Ron J. I would like to congratulate them for all their success. We need to recognize each other. We need more love, peace, and happiness, because that is the real key to success.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee.